It still feels like summer, but somehow week 3 of the NFL is here. And alongside Jerry Azuma, I'm Sam Brief. Zoom, how we feeling?
I'm doing well, Sam. Thanks for asking.
And we got a lot to talk about. The Bears are buzzy. But first, we have some pressing business, and it's just a couple hours away. Thursday Night Football is a massive early season tilt in the AFC East. And it's a Patriots team that's been low-key kind of surprisingly decent maybe against a Jets team that's always newsworthy because of Aaron Rodgers and everything they've got defensively. So let's start with that Jets defense going up against Jacoby Brissett, Ramondre Stevenson, and the Patriots offense. Zoom, what is your read?
First of all, both teams are 1-1, you know what I'm saying? And they need to find a way to win their next game. So this should be a good contest. Jacoby Brissett, he's thrown for 270 yards and a touchdown, and the Pats are 30th in passing. So there's a situation there that's not really that good. What the Patriots really do well is they run the ball with Ramondre Stevenson. He has 201 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. You also have Antonio Gibson, who can provide, somewhat of a spark on the ground as well. But I think this game is going to be heavily relied on the running game for the Patriots, because right now their tight ends are their leading wide receivers, and they're having a lot of trouble just finding their wide receivers. So also, the Jets have Hassan Reddick. He's going to be out with a contract dispute. And then they also lost Jermaine Johnson on defense as well. So those are 2 really big guys that they lost on the defensive side. So everything is saying they're going to run the ball. They're going to keep it keep it somewhat balanced. Intermediate throws to their tight ends, run the ball, little dump screens to the running backs and things like that. So try to exploit that super thin 4-3 defense. And also the Jets don't really blitz a lot. You know what I'm saying? They kind of hold their coverage and they're man-to-man a lot. So they're probably not going to see a lot of pressure. So it's really geared towards them running the football and just trying to control the clock.
Run. It's a road game, under the lights, prime time in New York. That's going to be the strategy. Hey, the Jets gave up almost 5 yards a carry last week in a win against Tennessee. So this defense, it's good, but it could be susceptible against the run. But now let's get to what everyone's talking about with the Jets always, and that's the oldest player in the NFL. Oh, man, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. What's his read against this New England defense?
Well, he's healthy, so that's good, but he looks a little rusty. He has Wilson.
Or old. Rust is old, Zoom.
Yeah, Rust is old. Wilson and Lazard are his main targets, so I can see them getting a lot of the targets. They also have Breece Hall, who's a really good workhorse on the ground. The Patriots' defensive backfield, they're very vulnerable to giving up a lot of yards. So you're going to see some passes, intermediate to deep strikes. But I think they'll rely on Breece Hall as well. He's been really solid in the run game.
Looking at Aaron Rodgers' stats, as I was starting to read up on this matchup, they got a win last week against Tennessee, 162 yards. Patrick Mahomes, nail-biting win over Cincinnati, 151 yards. This is a trend this year in the NFL. What's up with all the quarterbacks getting a $150 in the air and winning?
It seems like the defense is finally coming to its own, and they're figuring out the offenses and figuring out how to slow it down. It's just a matter of time. I mean, the way that the rules are set up in the NFL now, it's set up where, the offenses can just really, exploit the defense and, gain a ton of yards and gain a lot of points. But now I feel like the defenses have caught up and they figured out ways to, neutralize that.
It feels like a moment, right? Like we had that moment maybe the beginning of the decade where quarterbacks were starting to throw 350, 400 with regularity, and the rule changes were leading to crazy explosive offense. Maybe now we go a little in the opposite direction. That's how life is, right? Exactly. Pendulums, they exist for a reason. Zoom, let's get right to the points, though.
Yes.
The Jets are -6 at home. The over-under is 38.5. Give me some picks.
I think that this will be a low-scoring game, but I do like the Jets to cover. I think the Jets will get this win. I don't really have a lot of trust in New England right now. They're just a bad football team, and I think they really get exposed, and I think that the Jets get back on track. I also like Rodgers and Wilson to find each other and find some chemistry, so I think Wilson goes over 61.5 receiving yards, and that's my to the points.
to the points. Thursday Night Football. We will kick off momentarily.
Yeah.
I don't like disagreeing with Zoom, so I'm not going to disagree with Zoom. I agree. New England's a bad football team. Jets cover, get a win, and go to 2-1 with, man, Aaron.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of sick of talking about Aaron Rodgers, and we got to get to the Bears because the Bears are one of the most newsworthy teams in football. And, hey, we're here in Chicago, so why the heck not? Bears get a loss on Sunday Night Football against the Texans and now face a third AFC South team in a row heading to Indianapolis, where they are underdogs by 1.5. So let's start with the Bears' offense, which was so damn leaky on Sunday Night Football. What's going on?
I have no idea what's really going on. The offensive line is, it's in shambles right now. They're trying to figure out exactly who can do what on the offensive line. And I felt like that was an area that they were going to be strong at. I mean, Ryan Poles is a offensive line guy, and I felt like they were moving or trending in the right direction with some of their draft picks and some of the people that they acquired. But right now, it just seems like it's just kind of all over the place. It looks like they're in their first week of training camp, so to speak. So they have to kind of find their footing with the offensive line first and foremost before Caleb Williams does anything. And let's pump the brakes a little bit. Caleb Williams has only played in 2 NFL games. 1, 2. That's it. And I think that it's going to take some time to get him into some type of a rhythm. So offensively, the coaches have to be creative. And they have to be creative with moving the pocket a little bit, getting Caleb out in space, getting him some rhythm throws, getting the ball out of his hand, making those really good wide receivers happy, and then also using the running backs. The running backs can help you. And I feel like with this game, I feel like they will turn the corner a little bit and get this offense going.
There's a loud siren right outside, and it feels fitting because there are so many sirens and alarm bells in the Bears fan base right now.
Yes,
that
there is.
I don't think need to be there. You'll notice I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. It's not because I'm going to Hawaii.
And it's very nice, by the way.
Thank you very much. It's brand new. My lovely fiance got it for me. I like it. That being said, the only reason I'm wearing it is because it puts me in a chill mindset. Takes you to the beach, to Hawaii, to the tropics. And I think Bears fans need that mindset. Bears fans need to chill the you-know-what out.
They do.
Caleb Williams will be fine. This team will be fine.
Yeah.
The reality is, Houston's one of the best teams in the league. It's a legit Super Bowl contender.
Absolutely.
The Bears had a chance to win on the final drive, on the road. They held C.J. Stroud and an explosive Texans offense to 19 points at home on primetime.
Yes.
Are you not impressed, Bears fans? Because I am.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit about bend but don't break, and the defense did that. They gave up a lot of yards, but they didn't. They gave up, 1 touchdown? They kept the Super Bowl caliber team to under 20 points. And if you can do that, you have a chance to win the game, which they did have a chance to win the game late in that game. But football is the ultimate team sport, as we know, and the defense is playing really well. Special teams is playing really well. But now it's time for the offense to get going. And we always knew that it was going to take some time for the offense to get going. And it looks really bad right now, but things can get fixed really quickly. And if they find some type of rhythm, which I think that they will find and they will establish, then I think that they'll be okay for this game.
All right, Zoom, you played 7 seasons in the NFL. You know about this better than me and most of the world. So orient me a little bit. Fans love to just go nuts on the offensive line because the reality is most casual fans don't know the names of any of those 5 guys, and they just see rushers pouring through. They see Caleb Williams getting sacked, and they go on Twitter and say, the offensive line. Now, the numbers do back them up. The Texans logged 36 pressures on 37 dropbacks, an insane rate on Sunday night.
They were coming after him.
I mean, how bad is the offensive line? Is it really that bad, or is everyone freaking out with no reason, or something in between?
Like I said, I think people are just freaking out, and they need to just pump the brakes. And now, granted, there were a lot of jail breaks, and you saw a lot of offensive linemen really blowing their assignments, and it basically resulted in Caleb getting some terrible situations and sacks or scrambling, and only to get a yard out of that scramble and nothing down the football field. So It's bad right now, but like I said, they can sew some things up and they can fix some things. They have to get going, and the best way to get this thing going is ground and pound. Hand that ball off, get that offensive line exploding off the line of scrimmage, moving that line of scrimmage to the next level, firing off the ball, going down there playing some nasty football and hitting guys all over the place. Like, they need to get into some smash mouth rhythm, and I think that they're going to try to establish that this weekend.
God, I would hire you to be my football coach. I want to go play some football right now.
Look, football doesn't have to be so complicated. Just take what they give you, you know what I'm saying, and then you'll be okay. So dinking and dunking is fine. Tom Brady has made a living off of that, and he's won several Super Bowls from the dink and the dunk and then the occasional bomb. So you don't have to go super crazy. Just find some type of rhythm, establish a rhythm, get Caleb into a situation where he feels comfortable, he can get the ball out quickly or hand the ball off, and you will be okay. Trust me, Bear fans, it's only 2 games. It's going to be okay. Trust me.
It's about to be 3 games, so let's talk about the Bears' next opponent. Indianapolis Colts are next. It's a noon kickoff on Sunday in Indy, where the Colts are favored by 1.5. Now, they've got a quasi-rookie quarterback, Anthony Richardson. Couple snaps last year, and then he unfortunately went down with a season-ending injury. So this is kind of like his rookie-ish season, we'll call it. The Bears and the Colts. How do you feel about this matchup?
I like this matchup. So Richardson, really strong quarterback. If he has some time, he can be a presence in that pocket and he can deliver that football. But right now, he's just not really that accurate. I think he threw 3 picks last week, which wasn't good. And their offense, even though they have Taylor, who's a really good running back, they still can't generate a lot of offense. They're still sputtering. They're getting off the field on 3rd down. They're missing throws here and there. So their offense is a lot like our offense right now. They're not really that good, but like I said, they do have some playmakers over there that can, and they can make it really explosive if they get going. So they have the potential to blow it out of there. But right now, I just don't see it happening, especially against this defense. The Bears defense is really solid. They've come into play. And like I said, it's all about bending and not breaking. And that's what they're doing. They're giving up some yards, but they're not getting into the end zone. And if you can keep the opponent out of the end zone, then you have a chance to win that game.
Right. The Bears only give up 19 points to C.J. Stroud electric Houston offense. Yeah. Well, this Indy offense under Anthony Richardson right now looks anything but electric. So you gave me a little game plan for the Bears offense. You gave me the read on the Bears defense. Let's get to the points now. This is a 1.5 spread in favor of Indy. Over-under is 43.5.
You know what? I think this is going to be a tough game. I think that it's going to be a low-scoring, close game. But I do like the Bears, pulling this thing out. I feel like this is a game where they have to try to figure some things out. They're going to lean, obviously, on their defense, lean on their special teams. And their special teams and defense is going to give them a hell of a chance to win. But I think that the offense gets going. I think they're going to listen to what I have to say about running the football, dinking and dunking, and establish some type of a rhythm. So I have the Bears covering the spread, and that's all I have for this game.
Bears cover the spread. I'm going to go for that too. And I don't feel like a homer because last week I picked Houston to win and cover, as did you, and we were both right, and Spice Adams was wrong. We love Spice Adams. He's very smart, but hey, Team Sam and Zoom was right. I'm going to go with Bears cover this one as well. I'll say Chicago 23, Indianapolis 14. I don't see the Colts doing much offensively against this Bears defense. I don't care if they're at home. I don't care if Anthony Richardson, he's a nice dual threat, but they're still figuring out this offense, just like the Bears are. So I say the Bears defense feasts, gets a good 9-point win, and sends the Bears fans to the beach, just kind of chilling and feeling good.
And I also think that Caleb Williams gets his first touchdown pass. I'm looking
we need to have
this.
that happen.
It has to happen. It has to happen now.
Yeah, I can't read on Twitter anymore. Oh, Caleb sucks. He has no touchdowns. No more of that.
It ends. It is going to end this weekend.
Get the man in the end zone.
That's
okay,
right.
Zoom. One more order of business before I send us all off to go watch some football. I like to end episodes now with some trivia. Just a thing I like to do to keep you honest, keep you on your toes. And, the Bears and the Colts, obviously there's quite a bit of recent history. The Super Bowl in 2006. The last Bears win against the Colts was in 2012. It was a 41-21 win at Soldier Field. The Bears had one player in this game who scored multiple touchdowns. Who was that player?
In 2012. Multiple touchdowns.
Yes, sir. 41 points, pretty good.
I mean, that's hopefully hopefully they can do that again for this game. I have no idea. I'm stumped.
Got to give me one guess. Go down swinging.
Gosh, 2012. I don't know. Brandon Marshall?
Marshall's a great guess. He did score 9 catches, 119 and a touchdown. But the answer is Michael Bush.
Wow.
42 yards and 2 tutties.
Wow. It's all about running that rock. Run that rock.
We'll see if the Bears can run the rock. Hey, maybe the backup running back Khalil Herbert does the same thing 2 decades later. But for now, we'll just go watch some football alongside the great Jerry Azuma. I am Sam Brief. Bears fans, make sure you take a deep breath, chill out, and enjoy your Sunday, all right?
That's right. All right, Sam. Thanks a lot.